Hey everybody, my name is Sophie Alcorn and I'm a certified specialist in immigration and nationality law by the State Bar of California Board of Legal Specialization. And I wanted to take a few minutes today to talk to you about the latest of what is going on with the president's new executive order banning H-1B visas, L-1 visas, and J-1 visas. The president published the text of this order last night. And so now we've had a chance to review it and we're starting to understand. So today I want to just take a few minutes to briefly explain who this affects, who it doesn't affect, and what you can do if you're concerned about your company, your employees, or your own personal immigration situation. Okay, so who does this affect? Very specifically, it affects people who are, first of all, outside the United States and who do not currently have a valid visa and who were planning to come here in H-1B, J-1, L-1 status, basically any H, L, or J. So there's some variations. It also includes dependents. So the most people that will affect are people who are currently stuck outside of the United States because of coronavirus, who are planning to come back in on one of those visas because their old visa expired, or they were just waiting to actually go do consular processing in one of those statuses once the consulates were going to reopen. Another big category of people who it affects are beneficiaries of this year's H-1B visa lottery who don't have a current status in the United States, and they were, you were planning on applying for a visa later this summer to come in for the October 1st start date. Probably not going to be possible for you to do that this year. The order will be re-examined every 60 days. It will take effect. It will hold at least probably until the end of December 31st, 2020, but we'll see because things change a lot because this is very political. So if you are waiting for your H-1B petition to be approved in the lottery this summer, and most of those are going to be filed within a week, and it definitely file it if you haven't done it yet. It can still be approved, and what it just means is that you'll have to wait until whenever the consulates reopen and H-1B processing begins again in order to follow through and apply for your H-1B visa. So don't count on an October 1st start date, but maybe a 2021 start date on the same H-1B will still be possible. So definitely, if you have any, H-1B petitions that are due on June 30th, please file them. So who does this not affect? It does not affect people in the United States. So if you're getting an H-1B through a change of status, you're good. Just probably you want to stay here, don't leave the country. Stay here, and God forbid there's some family emergency. If you have to leave for some emergency reason, talk to us about whether there's a way to come back in. But probably most people are best off staying here. It also does not affect, we're getting this question a lot, this has no bearing on OPT, does not affect STEM OPT, does not affect F1 visas for students, it does not affect O1 visas for extraordinary ability, and it also does not affect E1 or E2 visas for companies that are engaging in trade or investment. So that's important. And then another big category of people it does not affect are people somewhere in the I-485 process currently in the United States. That has no bearing on this. So it's actually quite limited. People who are outside the United States who are going to apply for H-1B, J-1, or L-1 visas. Somebody has another visa type and you're thinking about coming in, talk to an attorney about whether it's possible or legit to seek to change your status after you enter. you need to be really careful about your intentions upon entering, because we just never ever want anybody to misrepresent their intentions to a U.S. government officer. That would be illegal. So don't do that. If you have any concerns, talk to an attorney about the safest and best course of action, because that's the thing. I'm giving general advice or general education, I would say, but really everybody's situation is different. Every company is unique. There are exceptions in this order as well for people whose work is in the national interest or in somewhere in the food supply chain. So like probably farm workers can come in. Also, we represent several like ag tech companies in Silicon Valley. So I think we have an argument there that visas for those individuals might still be available. And then also national interests, right? Like anything related to coronavirus. I think we could argue that anything creating jobs for Americans is in the national interest. So if you do have somebody who's stuck outside, but they're critical to the growth of your company, let's brainstorm, because maybe there's a way to get around this and still have the people come in. So bottom line, if you are affected, don't give up hope. Once again, this is another example where what the administration said they were going to do is not actually as bad as what they actually did. So there's still a lot of options, and we can always try to qualify somebody in another visa category that's not affected. And stay tuned, subscribe, like, share this. You can go on our website, alcorn.law, and sign up for our newsletter. We're going to be announcing an extraordinary ability boot camp. So if you want to come here on an O visa, but you don't know if you qualify, or you don't know what you need to do to qualify, we're going to be launching that in the coming weeks, so that everybody can have a chance. So thank you so much. Please feel free to reach out directly if you have any questions, and we will continue to update you as more things happen. Hopefully that's going to be it for a while, but we'll see. In the order, there was some alluding to the fact that they might be looking at perm to make sure that it protects American workers, and which is part of the green card process for employment-based green cards. And also there's some speculation that they might try to change the priority of how H-1Bs subject to the cap are allocated in the future. So maybe instead of a random lottery, there's once again, so much of this is speculation, but there's been speculation that maybe they'll allocate H-1Bs in order of salary from highest to lowest. So with everything, we'll just cross that bridge when we come to it. I haven't wanted to be part of this speculation wave before we got the actual order, because I don't want to contribute to fear mongering. So just know that you can rely on us here at Alcorn to tell you what is actually happening when it actually happens. And, we'll always try to help you find a strategy. Thank you so much. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch. Thanks.